Dark some night and shining moon, balance of the dark and light. Hearken ye, O witches' rune, as we perform our sacred rite. By earth and water, air and fire, by blade and bowl and circle round, we come to you with our desire. Let all that is hidden now be found. With censer, candle, book and sword, and ringing of the altar bell, we tie a knot within our cord to bind our magic in a spell. Mother of the summer fields, goddess of the silver moon, join with us as power builds, dance with us our witches' rune. Father of the summer dew, hunter of the winter snows, with open arms we welcome you, dance with us as power grows. Dance with us our witches' rune. Dance with us our witches' rune. Dance with us our witches' rune. Mother of the summer fields, goddess of the silver moon, join with us as power builds, dance with us our witches' rune. Father of the summer dew, hunter of the winter snows, with open arms we welcome you, dance with us as power grows. Dance with us, dance with us, dance with us, witches, dance with us, dance with us, witches. By all the light of moon and sun, by all the might of land and sea, chant the rune and it is done. As we will, so mote it be.
I called it before it started replaying. Hey, y'all. Hello, it's High Priestess Jamila. I wanted to come and talk to you guys about something real quick. Okay. And what brought on this conversation is, you know what? YouTube, their algorithm is all jacked up, just FYI. The algorithm is janky and jacked, and you have to tell them what videos you're interested in seeing. A I wanted to come and talk to you guys. I ran into this video in the suggested, and I'm not hating on nobody. I'm not stepping on nobody's toes. I'm not. Okay. Oh, they've got me in the suggested. Nice. Well, I guess their algorithm is getting better. I'm not trying to be mean to people that practice Reiki. Okay. I've actually had the pleasure of doing many, many readings and even sometimes cleanses for people that practice Reiki. And people that practice Reiki, they will tell themselves that they're just doing energy work. A lot of people that practice Reiki will end up with some pretty nasty spirits on them and will end up in some pretty nasty spiritual battles. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And give me a second, guys, because what's today? Today's Sunday. The energies is real shifty and chaotic on YouTube. And, you know, I can see some shifty, chaotic people are still looking at me and not themselves. So give me a second, because Spirit said burn some ashwagandha. And that's exactly what I'm getting ready to do. And so I'm just going to talk to you guys because I don't have a lot of time on here. I'm not going to be here forever or like for a long time tonight having this discussion. From what I've noticed is that it seems like there's people, and so again, I am not here to pick on people that practice Reiki, okay? They like having views in social media. These Reiki videos, they get thousands and thousands and thousands upon thousands of views. And even people that are like they have beautiful energy. They really do. So I'm not talking about those people. I do want to warn those people that, you know, I know you're doing this energy work, but y'all got to be careful, because I don't understand why the world tries to eliminate spiritual healers, witches, shamans. And well, I do know why. And part of the reason is because a lot of the crap, I'm trying not to cuss so much on my Witches Broom channel, a lot of the crap, I believe, was created by bad shamans, okay, that created these realities that people don't want to live in. Okay, I am a shaman, I am a witch, and here's the thing about it. I ran into this video and it said, it was a woman, and she's on there and she's got her hands up. Vogue. And she's like, clear out your negative karma. And Reiki alone is not going to do that. Watching a video on YouTube is not going to do that. It can help you. It can help, but there is a complete system that has been practiced since the beginning of time. Primordial goddesses, all of these people created this system. It can never be eliminated. And then when I look at Reiki as something that I do just with my intention alone as a witch. Just simply by invoking air, fire, water, earth, spirit. Okay. Now, let's get this. Oh God, I love this stuff, y'all. This is some good stuff right here. You should always have some of that on deck. And you can make an ashwagandha like milkshake. You know, you can like add it to your milk and stuff. Of course, if it's approved by your healthcare practitioner. Okay. The thing of it is about karma. Karma is coming out of your south node. Okay. Your karma, your past life trauma, bad energy. In fact, sometimes your enemies, they will invoke things out of the south node. If you rely completely on Reiki to do that, you're just going to be working and working and working every single day. I mean, I love to meditate too, don't get me wrong, but it's a thing called living life. You should not have to spend all day, every day, constantly in meditation. Like, meditation is good. Like, I do it for a living. Okay. I do it for a living when I do work for people. In fact, that's why I can't be on here too long, because I've got clients and apprentices that I have to work on their south node. That's one of the things that I do when I do work for you, because I know when I first started out as a baby, Spirit was doing it for me. And they said, oh no, girl, you about to learn what it's all about. We got to break it down for you. So it comes from the south node. Okay. It's very important for you to know your chart. It's very important for you to get to know your astrology chart, as well as your Vedic astrology chart. Okay. And I can find out a lot about you just from that. Now, why do some people have more problems? Why does Jamila have so many issues? Well, I can tell you right now. Guess what's in my south node? Aries. I have Mars in my south node, which means that I can attract people that want something from me. They don't exactly know what it is that they want from me, but they want something. They want something from me. And a lot of the times it is, do this for me. So that's why I just figured this out about myself as to why people dump their problems off on me, because my south node is in Aries. And Aries, Mars, is very powerful, transformative energy, just like Pluto. It's fire. And so I find that people dump stuff off on me. Now, what's in my north node? My north node is in Libra, which I absolutely love that, because I love Venus, Taurus, and Libra. Oh my God. Those are some of my favorite zodiac signs, which is why I love the Libras. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they are just like cool. Hey, Jen. Hey, girl. Hey. But in my south node is Aries, which means that more than likely, if I were to look back at that past life, which I don't, and it's very, the energy is something else, which is why I had to go ahead and burn some ashwagandha, because that south node is where a lot of the things are coming in from the past. You have to work with that. You have to start there when you're talking about karma. Now, and I use myself as an example because why not? It's connected to K2 and Rahu, which are shadow planets. My gate 1 sign is Cancer, and the gate 2 is Saturn. So that's Saturn, the moon. And then I just add the sun with that. Which means that you have to be very specific about what you are going to allow to affect this particular life. So a lot of you guys, and it's very weird because people are very afraid of past life stuff. I don't know why. I just start getting this dreadful feeling whenever I talk about it. But just doing some, okay, I'm gonna, and I'm not a Reiki master. I haven't taken a class in Reiki. I don't need to know what I am talking about. Okay. It's just a waste of your time, most of y'all. You will probably spend a year trying to do that. I'm not trying to step on people that practice Reiki's toes. I am encouraging people that practice Reiki to get some real help by someone that knows about planetary alchemy, and not just about what is studied specifically from an astrologer's standpoint. Oh, I love you too, Jen. Not just from an astrologer standpoint, but just that intuitive aspect of it as an intuitive. Yeah. And what I can sense right now is people upset and angry because I'm saying this, because their bottom line and their major buck depends on doing that. And I personally, I've had the pleasure of doing, like I said, readings for people that practice Reiki. And I told this lady, I said, you need a cleanse. And see, that's one of the reasons why we use fire to do cleanses. People are always trying to use water alone for cleanses. You got to have fire for cleanses. But then again, you got to understand what and how you're cleansing it. I'm not going to get into, I mean, if you study it and you research the South Node, then you'll find out. The South Node is great. It's the spark of the divine. But when it comes to trauma, past life stuff, sorry, I'm fiddling with my hair because I just got out the shower. When it comes to trauma and past life stuff, you have got to understand what you're dealing with. And you have to understand that, your communication with the universe is very important. And there is a reason why God put the herbs here for us. Now, your South Node is connected to K2. Okay. Hold on a second, guys. I'm sorry. I'm fiddling with my hair. Okay, there we go. It ain't gonna do nothing but draw back up. Trust me. Okay. So your South Node, which is where all that is coming from, and all that rah-rah shit that a lot of us don't like. The South Node planet is going to be K2, and it's the shadow planet that represents the South Node in astronomy. The South Node represents a person's past life, their baggage, their natural talents, their spiritual comfort zone. So you don't want to block that out completely, but you want to make sure that you're very specific about things that are coming in and out of that South Node. Now, there are specific herbs that are associated. Motherwort, hawthorn, chamomile, lemons. That's why a lot of us like lemons. But what I think is happening is that I think that these things are being invoked. Or either they're randomly coming through. So there's herbs that you can use. And that's why I think it's important to have your grist bags and your jars. Because I don't want to be dealing. I personally don't want to be dealing with bad shit. I can't even imagine dealing with bad things. If you're a witch, those things can be pretty heavy. In fact, you can get a lot of negative trauma, fears of death, anxiety. Yeah, a lot of my sisters out there that have really bad anxiety. This is why things like motherwort is going to work directly on K2, directly to push that stuff off. That's why it's such a powerful herb. And so just talking about it brings up a lot, but you have to have the herbs. You have to, even stones you want to have readily available for that. And if you always have some stuff going on, because your enemies, some of your enemies are very, very sophisticated, and they know what to invoke from that planet K2. Okay? They know. You can send it back to them, but technically, if it's something that they are invoking that has to do directly with you, it's something that eventually you're going to have to deal with. You burn some mugwort. Mugwort is planetarily connected to many planets, but mugwort is good. South Node is karma. And then you also want to work with Saturn. So that's one of the reasons why I'm able to even do what I do, because my gateway number 2 is Capricorn. So I've got like such a huge relation to that it's really, really honestly one of my strengths. And that's why I do what I do. But you can't just Reiki alone. No, you have to develop a deeper level of understanding of what you're doing, which is why when we do ritual, guess what? We are facing in certain directions, doing certain things. Like if I were to face towards the south, okay, then I may be doing certain things related to the south. So this is the reason why it's important for you to know your direction. A lot of people are just like, just put some of this stuff in the jar and da. There's a reason why us witches call on the guardians of the watchtowers of the south, the north, the east, and the west. There's a reason why we do that. We're not doing that just to be cute. There's a reason why. And, when you're dealing with certain things, you have to understand that. Okay. You have to really understand that. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, if I were doing some past life karmic work to send that stuff back and close the gate, I would more than likely put my cauldron or whatever vessel that I'm using in the south direction of the room. and I would tell it what to do. Very important. I don't know why there's so many people that have an obsession with getting rid of the knowledge of the witches, but I can tell you it's a mistake. That's why there's certain things, certain workings you should not put in the south direction of your altar room, because guess what? You put that stuff in the south direction, and the south node, the south direction is very heavy. Okay, it's very heavy. So when you have like your spirit room or where you do spiritual work or meditation, you want to be mindful of where your placement of things is at. Okay, that's just like my altar, my crystal altar. I place things that have to do with the south near the south. Because, you know, and whatever intention that I have with the south, that's what's going to manifest. Okay. So when I teach you guys your classes and stuff, I always send you the basic things that you need to set up your altars. And that's why I always teach you guys to set up your altars with the directions. Because what this is going to do is it's going to bring you balance, and it's going to help ground you. If you're just putting things all over the place and you consider that to be, you know, something good, you're just creating your own chaos is what you're doing. And it's not good to do that. So it is really important to know these things. There's a lot of people walking around here carrying a lot of baggage, and they are constantly coming at other people. Go look at yourself. Go look at what you're doing. And if you're not, just get out of my face. Just like, that's how I am these days. Just, especially if you're not somebody close to me. I'm not going to deal with your baggage. I'm not going to deal with your bad energy. You know, and so if you have a deeper level of understanding with that, and then intention is very powerful. You can set an intention to clear somebody with Reiki, and Reiki people, they probably do a lot of appointments with people to where, but you're just doing it over and over and over again. And you're just going through that cycle over and over again. And you're supposed to be breaking karmic cycles, right? Like, for example, I don't want my past life or past karma to continuously affect me. I don't want that. The strength from that, yes. The wisdom from that, yes, I want that. But to just continuously go through this karmic cycle over and over again, no. And this is what's going to happen the moment you start opening up those gateways. Okay. This is exactly what's going to happen. To me, Reiki alone is an incomplete system. It can be helpful with healing. It can be. But to me, it takes too long. It takes too long. Like, I'm not waiting a lifetime. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want it now. You know, I can't. I've been like that since I was a kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just bear that in mind. people that practice Reiki, they want to be accepted. And I know that a lot of them are witches and they're practicing the craft, right? Some of them, not all of them. I guess you can use that as like almost like an insurance code. Like if you're coding your taxes or something, oh, I'm a Reiki technician. I just put spiritual healer on my stuff, on my taxes when I file my taxes, you know, or witch. People ask me, what do you do for a living? I'm a witch. They'd be like, you know, or intuitively I'll pick up on if people would not feel comfortable with that, I wouldn't speak to them. I would say I'm a healer more so, but so a lot of the wisdom and the knowledge that a lot of us witches are being taught, especially when it comes to astrology, totally out of this world and mind blowing. A lot of people would just be like, huh? But it is what it is. Okay. We were talking about that early this morning. We were talking about how another very good item that you can use to battle K2, which is the South Node shadow planet, is ammonia. Ammonia, 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 baby. Okay. Some good stuff. Okay. So, but here's what I want to tell you. You want to make sure that that stuff is blessed. What is blessed? Blessed is something that has an intention. That's what something, when people say blessed this or blessed that, it has an intention. If you're just like, it can help. But if you don't have it infused with some kind of intention to tell it what to do, what is it going to do? It may do anything. So this is where a lot of other people are messing up. You know what I'm saying? And it just is what it is. Okay. So that stuff that's why a lot of people are like, oh, don't do that. That's so dangerous. So is Reiki. That's not a harmless way of practicing the craft. It's my little bitty tiny cauldron. That's not just like harmless. You know what I'm saying? People be thinking, oh, this is harmless. No, it's not. In fact, if you open up that gateway and you don't know exactly what you're doing, got to be careful with that. Okay. So, in my humble opinion, I don't even I have opened up some of those videos and they do help. But I think also at the same time, if I were going to listen to something like that or watch something like that, I would have some kind of crystal stone, fire, or something going. Or why not just write down an intention? Like you can type it. Like there's some people, they just writing things down can be very difficult for them. You know what I mean? And then some people are so chaotic that they just can't do it because, certain energies will make those people kind of chaotic and up and down. You know what I mean? So you just want to be careful with that. Okay. Whenever we're doing our bonfires and stuff, we're definitely working with energies of the South. Every single herb, sage stick that I use is consecrated. So I'm not just going to go and burn something without having it consecrated. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? So it's something that is not just like, oh, easy as 1, 2, 3. It's a deep dive. It is. And some of the stuff that we go through and we deal with is to teach us something. And trust me, I learned. I learned, okay? I always say find your north, find your north. That's so important. There's so many people they in the South, they not even think find your north. And so many people are not doing that. They're just like, because there's so much chaos that they can't. And this is when you need help. Hey, Stefan, this is when you need some help. This is when you need some guidance. This is when so there are certain things that I offer, in particular that South Node K2 defense. Very important to weed out the bad, keep that stuff blocked. Because what is a gate? A gate in astrology is an entry point. So if you're not working on your entry points or paying attention to it, then people can just bring anything in. So when you look at your gates and you're going to find out your gates from looking at your South and North node, very important. What is a gate in astrology? A gate is an entry point. Okay, in which things can come in. Okay. Which, for example, your gate can be connected to the divine avatar gate or the human design gate or the lion's gate or the eagle's gate. Okay. Today is a big one. Today's a big one. Gates 1 and 2 in astrology. Gates are points in the sky that allow planetary energy to enter a person's life. That's what you have to deal with. Okay, this is essentially what I deal with. I started practicing differently a few years ago, but it's not all we deal with. It's a lot that we deal with. Oh my God. That's why I can't stand people that's doing all that extra erroneous crap. It's like, oh my God, do you know what the fuck I'm dealing with? Stop it. Why my nose looks so big right here? Does my nose look big, Stefan? Anyway, yeah, so it's really deep. It's important for you to know that. Most of us witches know that. We just don't talk about it too much. I do because I offer spiritual work for people. And Spirit was like, listen, you have got to refine yourself. And I was like, oh, really? How am I going to do that? Well, here we go. Here we go. Away we go. You can ready to go on the journey. Are you ready? I was like, I think. And it's pretty wild. But that is why I created my utopia. And hold on a second, guys. I got to jump off camera again. Towards the north point of my room, I always keep my utopia working. My utopia. towards that. And whenever I need to light it up, I light it up. I was thinking about it before I went live. I said, should I light this up? Because your utopia is going to be connected to your ability to ground yourself. So it is very, very important to keep yourself grounded. Like, a lot of people don't realize how important that is. One of the things that I do when I am doing work for people is I have to keep them grounded. Otherwise, they would just freak out, especially when some of those bad spirits are leaving. Reiki mainly deals with energy. You're not just dealing with energy, you're dealing with spirits. Okay. So that's kind of where I have an issue with that. Last time I did a reading for somebody that practices Reiki, I could see all kinds of spirits on that person. And it was pretty bad. How do you stop any and all, spirit, just any spirit? You can't. You cannot just let any spirit come in to your fold. If you do that, you're going to be all kinds of messed up all the time. Okay? Going to be all kinds of messed up. If you just let any spirit in, you cannot just let any spirit in. You have to be specific about what spirit you're going to let in. Okay? I just made some oil that's really, really good. The other night, I made some oil. It's like an anti-invasion oil to anoint myself with, or to anoint candles, or to anoint spaces. Okay. So I'll just take a few drops of it, about 3 or 4 drops, rub it on my hands and anoint myself. Okay. Is what I do. You don't have to necessarily put it directly on your skin. You can just anoint yourself. So it's really important. And this has got it's got a little bit of sunflower oil, olive oil, eucalyptus, cedar, pomarosa oil, and it's got a couple of powders in it that I put in it. So you just have to really, really, really do that. And I think that when people are doing spiritual work for people, because a lot of y'all will say, oh my God, I've done protection. I've done so much protection. Why do I still feel like so and so is happening? Well, that is because you have not necessarily done the work when it comes to your cosmic connection to this planet and your existence. Okay. Which is very important for you to deal with. Yeah. Oh my God. This oil is friggin' amazing. Can you feel that energy from this oil, Jen? Ooh. Ooh. This is a ooh-ah oil. Ooh. Ah. This is a ooh-ah oil. But yeah, so that's just what's up with that. Like, especially when you're dealing with money, when you're trying to manifest money. Reiki can help your mind, but there's other elements to you, your mind, your body, your spirit. It's air, fire, water, and earth. It's not just the mind. It's not just that. Okay. It's not like, and at least that's from my perspective. Now, I've always been the type of person where I can just envision something and it just happens for me. Okay. I went through some things. That's why your significant other or partner is very important. If your partner has these thoughts, oh yeah, rubbing this oil behind your ears is important too, and on your temples. You feel it smells good too. It just has a really fresh, clean smell to it. You can really smell that palmarosa oil though. Could actually be a perfume. It's green because I put a little bit of moringa powder in it, but I like to rub a little bit of it behind my ears and then on my temples. Oh, it really helps to ground myself, especially to ground me, especially after I just got done doing some spiritual work. Yeah, so, you know, what I was saying about that is that when it comes to your, the people that you have around you, especially a man that you're like, that's entering into your body. Oh my God. I had to heal everything because, good Lord, because, people that, I mean, I don't know, if you have someone in your life with an intention to completely shut you down, shut you off, like your ability to manifest is going to be weakened. Okay. You have to be careful with that. You have to be very, very, very careful. Oh, cool, Jen. Yeah, get your herbs on. Yes. And you know how I would start with the herbs? I would start with my zodiac chart, is what you should start with. Like, that should be some of your first herbs that you get. I mean, it can be based upon the situation that you're dealing with. Um, you Yeah, you should make them. They're really good. And the powders are really good. Getting the herbs in powder form is really good for making oils because they're just very convenient. I'm going to actually make some rose oil because I got some powdered rose petal. I was like, oh, let me get some of that. Yes. And I'm actually going to make some tonight. What time is it? Oh, it's 10:37. I'll have to wait till tomorrow. But no, maybe not. I got oils. Got to have a good carrier oil. But I'm gonna make some rose oil, just straight up rose oil, but it's going to have of course I add eucalyptus to everything. Reason why I add eucalyptus to everything. Eucalyptus. This is like my favorite. I have too much mercury in my chart. This is life. I love this stuff. Oh my God. I would eat it or drink it if I could, but you can't. It's very powerful, connected with Mercury. And, Mercury being so heavily used, especially with social media, y'all better have some damn eucalyptus. You got your photograph out there in social media. Oh my God, it's oh, Mercury connects us, but it don't always connect us with the people that we want to be connected with, because I'm just like, please don't. Please stop. Please stop. Like, oh, uh, you tried making rose. Yeah, y'all been meaning to come by and show y'all my powders. I got like so many powders and herbs, but everybody's into the drama. Just constant drama. Oh, this and that, trauma and drama. And it's like, I'm just like, man, I'm just gonna keep all my stuff to myself. I ain't got no time for this. But I'll show y'all a couple of things that I got over here. Um, I got right here. I got a lot of Venus in my chart too. I got a lot of Venus and a lot of Mercury. A lot. So here's my rose petals powder. Maybe I'll make a quick video on TikTok and then upload it here on YouTube. It smells so good. I love this so much better than rose essential oil. I'm very picky. Like rose is really, by the way, I got a dozen roses that I bought because I did a ritual for yesterday. It just smells so soft and refreshing. So I'm going to make an oil, but you know, I got plenty of eucalyptus. This is a brand new bottle, and I've got another bottle I opened over there, but I use eucalyptus when I'm doing my burns outside. And then I've got, this is a powder, a Venus powder that I made because I was thinking I got to battle the evil eye. And believe it or not, I keep this to the south of my altar, also the south of the room, because so much can come through just the south. And if you were to look like, if you were to look like, how do I locate the south node of the sky? Very important for you to know that kind of stuff. And you cannot directly see it as a physical body, but rather a calculated point where the moon's orbit intersects the Earth's orbital plane. It is always opposite the north node, meaning you can find it by identifying the north node and then looking 180 degrees away in the zodiac. Okay, so how do you find the north node? That to me would be like the north, your compass. To me, it would be where's the north node in the sky? The ascending or north node is where the moon moves into the northern ecliptic hemisphere, while the descending or south node is where the moon enters the southern ecliptic hemisphere. But where the hell is it, is the question. I would say that the easiest way to do it would be to have a compass. And it can be according to the astrological signs, like as far as where the north and south nodes are. No, you definitely don't drink it, but I definitely do use it a lot. I love this stuff. You can smell it. It just smells so good. I love it. For real. And it's been a godsend in the South, for real. Like, that's why I'm so ready to get back to the Midwest. I am, y'all. I got to get back to the Midwest. So it's just too much going on. It's just too much going on, man. The people from my hometown, they always look so happy too. North is always towards the North Star. And I think it's just looking north. So I guess it would depend on where you're at in the world as to where you would find it. But, you know, that's how I do my work personally. Okay. Like, I go by my directions. If I want to manifest money, I'm going to always sometimes start at the south and end up at the north. If I want to reverse something, send something back, I may go opposite. It just depends on what we're doing. You know, your movement and how you move around the situation definitely makes a big difference. This is the reason why us witches, when we form our circle, we move around in the circle. Okay. Now, for me, I can be lazy and I can sit here and I can move around intentively through my circle. Like, I know where my north is, I know where my east is, I know where my south is, I know where my west is. Okay. And so there's like certain things that I do when it comes to that, especially when I'm in ritual or whatever. Even when I'm outside, I know where everything is at. So, and otherwise if you don't know that stuff, stuff will end up being very messy. And that's how people end up becoming ungrounded and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And that stuff can even be possibly dangerous. So, yeah, I don't believe that Reiki is complete. I don't. And I've shown love and concern for Reiki practitioners. Um, and I think that why they're trying to eliminate the knowledge and the wisdom of the witches makes absolutely no sense. Why they demonize us so much and attack, which is why I've been healing. And I've done a great job of healing. I have, and still healing. Almost done. Because if you go through a traumatic experience, you shouldn't be walking around like, I know that I can't tell people what to do, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it depends on you, but when it comes to actual healing, should not take you forever to do that. Like, and I can't really judge people. Like, I can though, honestly. I may not have been through the trauma that you've been through. And people say, well, Jamila, you just don't understand because I've been through this and I've been through that and I've been through this. And I'm just like, I'm not here to keep you in your trauma. I'm here to heal you. I'm not here to let you or to allow you to continue to be traumatized. I am here to heal you. So to a healer, I'm just sitting there looking at you like, and then the next thing you know, you're just like, and then especially if you had childhood trauma, and that is what you're used to, is that trauma. That's all you used to. I couldn't imagine being in a situation to where from a baby, all I remember is trauma and drama and just bad stuff. Like, that's pretty bad. Stop projecting and start healing. I was talking to my daughters about Krishan's son, Krishan Jr. I want to just politely ask her sister to stop, because you're hurting that baby. People need to stop. Let me tell y'all something real deep before I go, because you just can't get away from it. I was sitting here, I was meditating, I was feeling good. And so my kids are watching this stuff. And my kids, they call me, and that's the first thing they say to me. Mom, we watching this thing where Krishan's sister is saying that the baby's blind. That baby is not blind. Does she have proof from a doctor that that baby is blind? All of these people repeating over and over again, the child is what, a year old now? Why do you think, as a community that's saying over and over and over again that it's something wrong with that child, is actually going to help that child heal? Okay, if it's something wrong with the child, if something is off, first of all, children, if you're going to say that, it's something wrong with all children, because all of them come into this world babies. They're babies. They're not supposed to be grown people. They're not supposed to be walking and talking the moment they come out of the fucking womb. So it's a baby. What makes you think that saying over and over again that it's something wrong with the child, that's going to help the child? Why do you think that's going to help that baby? You're all chanting sickness at that child. You're not helping. People do not see it. Well, she needs to do this and she needs to do that. How do you know she hasn't done that? That's when you become a problem. And I personally, that baby just looks perfect to me. All babies are. Whatever it is he's dealing with, he'll outgrow it. And people are just, that's why I took that child on as my god baby. Because people are so stupid. I can't. And her sister's not helping the situation whatsoever. What the hell is up with these people out in social media talking about their family members? Stop it. It makes me sick and I have to disconnect. I don't want to be a part of that. Like, I send whatever healing energy to that child and its mother. Stop it, please stop. Like, y'all not helping. Like, people don't even realize how you're hurting that baby. You keep repeating the same thing, all these videos. It's something wrong with that child. She needs. People don't get it. They don't understand it. What I'm saying when I say that. If the whole nation is shouting this at this baby, you think you helping? You think you helping that child? You think you're doing something good for that child? You know you're not. You're trying to purposely damage the baby because you hate the mother. Yes, we saw her drinking while she was pregnant. A pregnant woman drinking a couple of times, even though I never did it. But a pregnant woman drinking a couple of times is not going to significantly damage the baby. Now, if a pregnant mother drinks all throughout the pregnancy every single goddamn fucking day, now that's a problem. Okay. It could be. I've known mothers that have drank. I'm not going to reveal them, but I've known mothers that have drank through their pregnancy and the child came out perfect. Seemingly. You never know what kind of problems the kid could have because of it, but from what you can see, the child's very intelligent, so just, I just, and that's a child, that's a baby, that's a little innocent child that did not ask to be born into the public eye. Like, I'm just. And then people 2 years later, oh, my child is autistic. And your child is, you don't let all this negative energy come towards your child. They were talking about Beyonce's son, how they never have, I think his name is Sir Carter or something. Maybe the child is ultra sensitive and she doesn't want him exposed too much. And they say, oh, well, it's a rumor that the child is autistic and da 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 da. I don't even know what to say about people. Since when is these medical diagnoses gossip? Like, I can't, y'all. I can't. Let me go back into my bubble. I'll see y'all later. I'm going to go back into my bubble. I'm going to go back into my bubble now. I got to go and disconnect from the world. Because I can't with people. They just get on my nerves sometimes. Okay. I can't. Y'all be getting on my nerve. Because y'all be doing stuff that is opposite of what anybody needs. That's why I can't stand paparazzi. They've been taking pictures of that baby. That is so intrusive. Ever since that little baby was born, they've been following that woman around, taking pictures and stuff. And People are cray, man. People are cray. Okay. So y'all be careful with that. Jen, she got her babies in social media, but I know Jen know how to protect her babies. Because I be seeing you over there with your apples and your peaches and your pears and stuff. You be having your candles lit on. I'm like, Jen gonna fuck somebody up. Jen ain't playing that mess. Okay. All right, y'all. I'll catch y'all later, though. I gotta go. I'm sleepy, tired, and I'm just tired. I'm grounded in my utopia at this point. I gotta go. Bye.